Hi, my name's Andrew Walkley. I'm one of the teachers and materials writers here at Lexical Lab, and I want to show you how we decided the topics that we are going to be teaching this term in our speaking classes that we run every week at Lexical Lab. So, in fact, we don't exactly decide what you're going to be studying. You do, or our participants do, because each term we send out a feedback form, and one of the questions on that form is to ask if you would like to study any particular topics or learn any particular areas of language. And from that, we make our decision. So here's the list that was suggested last term, and what you will see is there's a mixture of topics, some of which will be familiar and perhaps you've studied in a different class or through a course book that you've used, things like business or festivals, perhaps art or TV shows and movies. And obviously these are things that people like to talk about and we would want to include as well. However, you'll also see things which perhaps are a bit unusual in terms of topics. Things like space, farming and agriculture. Sometimes you wouldn't see these because they're seen as rather niche, a very narrow subject. Perhaps not everybody has experience to talk about these things. Well, as we will see in another video, the way we write material is to make sure that everybody has some way into topics like this. And what we've found is that people actually learn a lot of new things, but also lots of new language because the subject is a bit different. People haven't thought about that language. And interestingly, some of that language is used in lots of other circumstances which perhaps you could use it in outside of the class. The other areas perhaps you haven't talked about in class before, things like human rights, conspiracy theories, race and racism, are maybe seen as a bit controversial. People maybe, or teachers might be worried that it would cause upset, and so they don't appear in the course books or classes. Well, here at Lexical Lab, we believe that our students are intelligent people. Almost certainly they're engaged with these conversations outside of the class. As you can see, they've suggested them themselves. Certainly, at least some people will be watching news or seeing films which touch on these subjects. And so what we want to do is create a caring environment where people feel comfortable and safe to address these issues. And we've found that we've done it very successfully in previous classes. So in my next video, I'll look at how we narrow down these choices into one term's worth of work.